Good morning, students. Welcome to English class. Today we will begin with the fourth unit named Flowers and Showers. And here the first lesson is a poem named Song of the Flower by Khalil Gibran. So it's a very simple and beautiful poem. So we will come to the poem. So there is a question: does a flower have any importance in nature? Have you ever thought of this? So we know that flowers have importance. So in our life, on different occasions, we use flowers. So in this poem also it is mentioned that during happy occasions we use flowers, sometimes during unhappy or sad occasions also we use flowers. So flowers have importance in our life, even though it's a happy occasion or a sad occasion. So we will see what does the flower tell. So here the specialty is that the poet gives the poem in such a way that a flower is giving the details or a flower is speaking about itself. Okay, so we will see what does the flower talk about itself, and it is to show how does a flower become a part of nature and how does a flower become part of a human's life. Okay, so come to the first stanza. I am a kind word uttered and repeated by the voice of nature. So the first thing the flower tells about itself is that it's a word. Uttered means spoken, repeated by the voice of nature. I am a star fallen from the blue tent upon the green carpet. The second thing told is that it's a star. Flower is a, in the first line we saw that the flower is a word uttered by nature. The second part it is mentioned that it's a star fallen. From where? From the blue tent. I think you can imagine or you can understand easily what is meant by blue tent. What is blue tent? Okay, it refers to the sky upon the green carpet. What may be the green carpet referred here? It refers to the fields where plants, trees, grass, etc. are growing. So blue tent refers to the sky. The green carpet refers to the earth or the land. I am the daughter of the elements with whom winter conceived, to whom spring gave birth. I was reared in the lap of summer and I slept in the bed of autumn. So it is associated with the four seasons of nature. How is it associated? So it is mentioned, I am the daughter of the elements with whom winter conceived. What's the meaning of with whom winter conceived? That is to show that the flower as a bud, the flower formed in winter, or a bud started growing during the winter season. To whom spring gave birth. That means it bloomed during the spring season. I was reared in the lap of summer, and during the summer season that flower grew in the plant, and I slept in the bed of autumn. That means it was destroyed or it died during the autumn season. So In that way, the flower is associated with all the four seasons. So, as we mentioned, during the winter season, the bud started growing, and during the spring season, it blossomed, it bloomed as a flower, and it remained in the tree during the summer season, and next autumn season, it fell to the ground. That's why it is mentioned, I slept in the bed of autumn. At dawn, I unite with the breeze to announce the coming of light. So, what does the flower do during the dawn? It unites with the breeze. What is the breeze? Breeze refers to a gentle wind. To announce the coming of light, and it announces. What does it announce? The coming of light. That means it is going to be morning. At eventide, I join the birds in bidding the light farewell. Eventide, evening. What does the flower do? It joins with the birds and it bid farewell to the light. And we know that bidding farewell, telling someone bye. So here, farewell to day and welcoming the night. So eventide, evening time. So in the morning, joins with the light and announces the coming of the day. Evening, it joins with the birds and bidding the light farewell. The plains are decorated with my beautiful colors, and the air is scented with my fragrance. The plains, the land, is decorated, made beautiful with my beautiful colors, because we know that if there are flowers, it will be very attractive, because most of the flowers are colorful, or these flowers fill the land with colors. So decorate the land with colors, it is mentioned. And the air is scented with my fragrance. Fragrance is the nice smell, and we know that most of the flowers are fragrant, having nice smell. So the land will be decorated, made beautiful with these flowers, and the air will be filled with the scent, the fragrance of flowers. As I embrace slumber, the eyes of night watch over me, and as I awaken, I stare at the sun, which is the only eye of the day. So I embrace slumber. What is slumber? Slumber is another word for sleep. So while the flower sleeps, who watch over the flower? The eyes of night watch over me. Can you imagine the eyes of night? What are the eyes of night? Okay, that refers to the moon and the stars. The moon and the stars. And as I awaken, I stare at the sun. The morning, it awakens and it looks at the sun, stares at the sun, which is the only eye of the day. So what is the only eye of the day? Sun. That means during the daytime, we can see only the sun. So that's why it is referred as the only eye of the day. But during the night time, there are different eyes, moon, stars, etc. I drink dew for wine, I hearken to the voice of the birds and dance to the rhythmic swaying of the grass. It is enjoying its life. So what does it do? I drink dew for wine, dew drops. For wine, to get happiness, the flower brings dew. And hearken to the voice of the birds. And listen to, what does it listen to? The song of the birds. And dance to the rhythmic swaying of the grass. So while there is a wind, it moves to and fro, which is referred as dance. That's the rhythmic swing. Swing means moving from one side to another. I am the lover's gift. I am the wedding wreath. I am the memory of a moment of happiness. I am the last gift of the living to the dead. I am a part of joy and a part of sorrow. So in this stanza, the flower describes how does it become part of joy and part of sorrow. So as I mentioned in the beginning, flowers have importance in our life. We use flowers on different occasions, during happy occasions and also even unhappy, sad occasions. I am the lover's gift. So in the case of lovers, sometimes they exchange flowers as gift. I am the wedding wreath. During wedding, the bride and the bridegroom use flowers, wedding wreath, as a bouquet. They use flowers because it's a happy occasion. I am the memory of a moment of happiness. So flowers are exchanged during happy occasions. During the time of marriage, flowers are used, and lovers, they use flowers to exchange their love. I am the last gift of the living to the dead. Not only on happy occasions, even during unhappy and sad occasions we use flowers. So that's why it is mentioned, I am the last gift of the living to the dead. What's the meaning of that? During the time of funeral, while somebody dies, before the burial, we decorate the coffin, the dead body, with flowers. That's why it is mentioned, I am the last gift of the living to the dead. On funeral occasions we use flowers. I am a part of joy and a part of sorrow. Part of joy. Different occasions are mentioned. Wedding, maybe a birthday or some other happy occasions we use flowers. Unhappy occasions, sad occasions like death, funeral, also we use flowers. So flowers are used during happy occasions and unhappy occasions. But I look up high to see only the light and never look down to see my shadow. This is wisdom which man must learn. So there is a lesson that we humans should learn from flowers. What is that? The attitude of the flower. What is it? I look up high to see only the light. We should look up high. That means, in the case of every human being, if we have to live happily, we should look up. We should be confident. We should not, we should not be sad and desperate. If you look down, you see only your shadow. You cannot be happy. So, looking up to see the light is an indication of happiness. So you should remain, even though there are problems, even though there are difficulties, you should be happy. Should look up. You should never look down. So if you are looking down, that shows that you are not confident, you are unhappy, etc. But I look up high to see only the light and never look down to see my shadow. This is wisdom which man must learn. So what's the wisdom that man must learn? We should always look high. We should be confident. We should be happy. We should not be bothered of our problems and worries. We should not lose our hope. Okay, so these are the things that the flower tells about itself. Okay, children. So now what you have to do is, you have to read the poem many times and try to solve the questions given there. And we have to discuss a number of poetic devices, but that we will do next day, because if we do all the things together, you will find it difficult to understand. So now read the poem, try to understand the meaning, and next class we will discuss the poetic devices also. Okay, so we will stop for today. Thank you.